Live from Wave in Louisville, Kentucky. This is Listens Live.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Shlonsky. We are back with you now. We hope you had a great time watching NBC's coverage of the Olympics the past couple of weeks, and we have got a great show dialed in for you today for our return to Listens Live. The Bedrock Group will be back with us. It's Medicare Monday. We're going to talk all about Medicare coverage options. We also have Visit Madison here with us to preview the 22nd annual Madison Riverfest Barbecue and Blues Festival. But up first here today, we've got Louisville Parks and Recreation. They will discuss renovations that are being made at our area parks. It's obviously so important to get this done. It's also an area that we all love to visit throughout the year, and the weather's starting to cool off a bit. Hopefully we can keep that and visit our parks and enjoy them throughout the fall season. So, a couple of folks to introduce you here to. Off to my left, I've got Jason Canuel. He's the director of Louisville Parks and Recreation. And then Paul Adams is the assistant director of engineering for Louisville Parks and Rec. So welcome both of you here to Listens Live.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Let's start with you, Jason, because I know we've got several big renovation projects coming up. We're talking Chickasaw being one of those. So when we talk about why these things need to get done, why they're important to Louisville, what do you want people to know?
Sure. So, we've got 123 parks spread out all throughout the entire Jefferson County. That's a lot to take care of, a lot to maintain. But one thing we learned through COVID is when the shutdowns were going on, the parks never shut down. We were always open. So that just kind of shows how important our public parks are to the entire community. And in particular with Chickasaw, that is a historic Olmsted park. It's been there early 1900s. And it's needed some love, and we actually had the opportunity with some ARP funding to actually make improvements that were long overdue and well needed, and it's going to totally change the complexion of Chickasaw Park, which we're super excited about.
On the engineering side of this, Paul, what were some of the things that needed to be done, and how do you guys go about spotlighting those and making sure that they're ready to go for everybody to enjoy?
Well, hopefully on the engineering side, that's all the boring part that nobody else ever sees.
Right.
So the finished project is ultimately what we're trying to get to. But Chickasaw, for instance, there's grading, drainage, utilities, all those sorts of things. Dredging the pond, making it a more fishable, accessible pond. That's another big piece of it is the accessibility, trying to get people out and into the park more frequently and have their experience just be park-like.
It seems like, obviously, when we're talking renovations and improvements, Chickasaw, this is a major renovation project, but there's some smaller ones that you guys are up to as well.
Yeah, plenty.
Okay.
Where
do we start, right?
Exactly. So I would like to highlight just a few of the restroom renovations. The things that are very important to folks in parks are the restrooms. We have got restrooms that have been in the system and been active since the mid-'70s at Sun Valley Park and Long Run Park. And those are two that are long overdue to be replaced. Long Run is currently under construction right now. And the restroom renovations at Sun Valley should occur in the next month or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those will be things that people can look forward to. I imagine restrooms from the 70s
yes.
probably needed quite a bit of work. You can probably picture that one in your head. Let's go to you, Paul, because I want to know if we're talking about how this process goes from start to finish, what it looks like to go through a renovation process like this for one of our parks.
Well, one of the things that I really enjoy about the work I do is we take a lot of projects from cradle to grave. So that's the concept of the need for the public, what's out there that needs to be done, and that goes all the way through the design process where we create drawings or get public input, go through all those different steps to the point that we're actually having a ribbon cutting and seeing those kids play in that splash pad or play on that playground. And that's what I enjoy, is I like touching every little piece of that all the way through.
When, Jason, you look at some of the photos here, and some of these are these beautiful aerial shots, and knowing that people enjoy all these aspects, what's going through your mind when you're seeing these images here?
Pride. Very proud of the team that we've assembled with our engineers and architects and landscape architects. Just what we've been able to do over the past couple of years has just been amazing. And I think the Chickasaw Park pond transformation went from a small pond full of lilies and you couldn't really fish in it to something much deeper, sustain a fish population, and we've actually added a kayak launch to Chickasaw Pond. So we're adding another way to utilize Chickasaw Park.
Something that a lot of people, I'm sure, were asking about. Okay, I want to stay with you for a second. Let's talk deferred maintenance here. If people are wondering, what exactly does that mean, and is there a place I can go to see a list of these projects so I can have things to look forward to?
Sure. So deferred maintenance are the projects that we know we need to do, things we need to replace, roofs, HVAC systems, broken windows, that we don't have the current funding for. So that it just gets deferred. We're putting Band-Aids on top of the repairs just to get us by. In our FY24 budget between Mayor Greenberg and Metro Council, they added almost just short of $19 million in total for us to deal with deferred maintenance projects. So we're trying to go through a long list of stuff that we know we've had to do for a long time. But it takes time. Like Paul was saying, from cradle to grave, there's no easy short project. They're all kind of lengthy, a whole lot of steps to take. So.
A lot of work ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, last thing I'll ask you guys, and Paul, I'll go to you for this. We talked about, obviously, Chickasaw being a big thing that we're seeing right now. Anything kind of in the future that you're excited to talk about that all of us can look forward to that's maybe around the corner the next year or so?
Well, actually, even more short term, the projects I'm really excited about, I've always enjoyed putting in playgrounds. So we have 4 new playgrounds that are going to go in within the next couple of months. Waverly Park, Seneca Park, Berrytown is starting now, and then also at Slevin Park.
Okay, so a lot of them coming.
Yes, and then again with the deferred maintenance, along with some other capital projects that we've been looking for funding to step forward with. It's just very exciting times at Parks.
Well, we appreciate all the work that you guys do to bring our beautiful parks to all of us, make them accessible to people all over the city. Last thing I'll ask you, Jason, best place to go if people want information about the parks, some in their area, things you can bring, anything like that, best place to go?
Sure, go visit our website, bestparksever.com. Pretty simple. There's some green buttons on the homepage. There is a deferred maintenance button that you can click to see all the deferred maintenance projects that we're working on. But yeah, bestparksever.com, best place to go.
We love the website because it's very fitting, right? we all think that about Louisville's parks, and the website says it. Thanks to both of you for being here with us today.
Thank you. Sure.
Sharing all those exciting projects. All right, stay with us here on Wave Listens Live. We've got 2 more great segments to go. Coming your way next, it is a Medicare Monday. We've got the Bedrock Group here. We're going to discuss Medicare coverage options after the break.